Hello students, so welcome back to another discussion session. So you had attempted another exam, another model exam based on which we have the questions on the board, and we will discuss it one by one, and we will together discuss like which option is the correct one and why that option particularly is the correct one and why other options cannot be taken. Okay, so we will start with the first set of questions, and as usual we have two sentences given on the board, and those sentences are divided into parts. Okay, and you're familiar with this exercise, right? So we have been doing it for so many times now. So each sentence, or the first two sentences, first two questions, where the sentences are broken into different parts, and we have to find out the part which has got error. Okay, and in case if there is no error, you need to choose the last option, that is no error. Okay, so the first one, the first sentence is, many a man have come to India from Bangladesh to live here permanently. Okay, so many a man have come to India from Bangladesh to live here permanently. This sentence has error. I guess you might have got the error now, because we have been discussing the same topic for so many times, the subject, verb, singular, plural, verb, agreement, etc. So based on that we have the rule applicable here. Remember, it's many a man. Many a man, so definitely it is singular, not plural. So it's not the error in the first part. When this is singular, the error has happened in the second part. Here have is used, which is wrong. So the error is in the second part, have come to India from Bangladesh. And what is the error? This word have has gone wrong. So what should be the word to use to make it have it in a kind of agreement with the subject? Okay, so this is singular, so this should be has and not have. So if you change this word have to has, this sentence also will be a correct sentence. Okay, so now after correction, the sentence will be, many a man has come to India from Bangladesh to live here permanently. So part B or option number B is where we have the error. Okay, now the next sentence, a football team comprises of 11 skilled players. So when you read it, you may feel that okay, there is no error and the sentence is correct. No, it has error. A football team, here also the second part is where we have the error, or B option again, where we have the error. And what is the error? This word comprises. Remember, when we had extra section, we discussed that the wrong word, when we use wrong word, that also will make the sentence wrong. Okay, so use of correct word should be used. So correct word should be used, not use of correct words is a must. Okay, so comprises, the word comprises is wrong. Instead it should be consists of. A football team consists of, not comprises of. Okay, so that word comprises is wrong. Instead it should be consists. When we speak about like members or human beings, like a family, our family consists of, not comprises of. So likewise the team consists of, not comprises of. So the error again is in the second part, part B. Okay, so these two sentences had errors, and in both the sentences it's in the second part where we had error. Here the subject, word, agreement stuff, and the second sentence is where a wrong word has been used, which should be substituted with the correct word, that is consists of, not comprises of. Okay, here we have what you call a passage based question, a small passage. And remember, we have this passage where a few words are missing, and we need to find out those words, or we need to insert those words from the given options. Okay, so let us read the passage once, and after that automatically we'll be getting it. The Red Indians dash for the arrival of the bison. The Red Indians dash for the arrival. They might be waiting, right? So here are the options. Were waiting, is waiting. So Red Indians plural. Okay, ing form of the verb is required. So we can choose between A and B since it is plural. So here A option, were waiting. The Red Indians were waiting for the arrival of the bison. Okay. Now next is the next blank is the bees which come only once a year. The animals which come only once a year are good source of meat and hide. The Red Indians dash to survive. Okay. So those animals are required. So the Red Indians needed these. B option. Option number B. Needed these. Why these and not this? Anyways, needing ing form is wrong, and needed there is not used. Needed these we are talking about the bees, so it should be needed these to survive the cold bitter winter. Tiki, the next paragraph of the same passage, Tiki the young boy dashed to look out. Was choose is the wrong word. Is choose, was chose, but was chosen. So option number D. So Tiki the young boy was chosen to look out for the herd's arrival. Every day he dashed to the top of the hill. Every day he, this would running is wrong. Otherwise it would have been would be running, right? So he would run. So C option. He would run to the top of the hill to see if he could spot them on the vast horizon. Okay. So A, B, D, C. If you insert these words in the passage, definitely, or in the blanks, definitely you will get the passage as meaningful and logically, grammatically correct. Okay. And next is, see, in the following questions, groups of 4 words are given. Okay. And you need to find out the correctly spelt word. That means here out of these 4, only one word has got the correct spelling. Exactly same way for the next question also, these 4 words taken together where only one word is correct. Okay, so I mean spelling is correct. So here misdemeanor is with the wrong spelling. We have to choose a word with the correct spelling, correctly spelt word. So here it is the wrong spelling, and how will it, what is the meaning of misdemeanor? We are familiar with this word because I guess many times in the previous exams we came across the same word. And misdemeanor means it's a small error that you commit, a small mistake that you commit, a minor mistake that you commit. And what is the spelling of that word? D-E-M-E-A. There is an A after E. Misdemeanor with D-E-M-E-A-N-O-U-R. So that also is wrong spelling. Now maneuver is the meaning of this word is a movement, something which requires exceptional skills. A movement, an action which requires skills. Okay, so this has got the correct spelling, and we are asked to find out the word with the correct spelling, right? So here we have the word with the correct spelling in the first list. Now the second is we have the same word with different spelling, where you need to find out the one with the correct spelling. Okay, so the word is irreparable. What is irreparable? Something which cannot be repaired. Irreparable means something which cannot be repaired. So which spelling is the correct spelling for irreparable? So like repair, when you use that word repair, there is an I. So automatically we have a feeling that okay, the first option could be correct because there is an I. But that is applicable only for the word repair. But when you have irreparable, okay, the word's spelling also changes. There is no I. It is the second spelling which is the correct one, B option, where single R and no I. So I-double-R-E-P-A-R-A-B-L-E is the correct word. or the word with the correct spelling, and the meaning is something which cannot be repaired. Okay. Now next is once his the question is idioms are used in these two sentences, and we have to find out the idiom, the meaning from the given options. Okay, so the first idiom is once. So this is given in the form of a sentence, so like I guess you will get a clue with the help of the sentence, but again for most of the exams we had idioms given individually, not in the form of sentences, but here we have it in the form of sentences, so I guess you can guess it from the context in which it is used, right? Once his crime was discovered, he had no option but to come clean. So after his guilt or his crime was detected or discovered or was found out, he had no option but to come clean. That means once you are caught, when you realize that you are caught, what is the next option? You cannot deny it, instead you have to confess it, right? You have to come clean means here it means you have to confess your crime, okay, because it's already caught, you're caught red-handed, so that means you do not have the option to deny it or to back out from a statement, instead you have to admit your crime. So that is the meaning. So it is not to deny the crime but to confess. So it's option number B, to confess that crime. All right, not to apologize. So do not confuse it with the last option, like to apologize for to come clean. See, the first part itself is a clue to your answer. That means your crime has been detected. So that means it leaves you optionless. So definitely you have to confess your crime. Okay. Now the next is the employees were kept in the dark about the latest developments. The employees were kept. To keep somebody in darkness means what? Not to or hiding something from them, or not telling them openly whatever is happening, right? So see, luckily enough, when you get it in the form of sentences like this, I guess you can find it out from the context. Okay, but then the problem is when you are given or when you get these idioms separately without any sentences, you have no idea what it really means. Sometimes you will be getting some clues with the help of a few words used, otherwise you cannot always demand it, right? So here the employees were kept in dark about the latest developments. So it's obvious that the employees were not informed about the latest developments. So not were informed but were not informed. So it is the last one, option number D, that is where the employees were not at all informed or were not informed at all. Okay, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Now you need to find out the one word option for these sentences. I'll just underline these sentences. Okay, now 13th one, or this question is a handwriting that cannot be read. When you're unable to read a kind of a type of handwriting, what labeling will you give to that particular handwriting is the question. Okay, is it illegible, inedible, illegal, illicit? You know the meaning of illegal. So you should know the meaning of illicit. It's same. Illegal means illicit or illicit means illegal. Okay. So a handwriting has got nothing to do with being illegal, right? So inedible, edible and non-edible, something eatable, something which cannot be eaten is inedible. So it's option number A. The handwriting that cannot be read is called illegible. Okay, so illegible is the type of handwriting which you cannot read properly. Okay, now the line when the land and sky seems to meet, or else the point where the land and sky seems like meeting, or they do not meet but seems like meeting. What do you call that point? Is it atmosphere? You know what atmosphere is? You know what Milky Way is? Okay, distant land is not a word to be chosen, but horizon. So option number C. This I guess all of you know, where we believe land and sky meet, the place, that particular point is called horizon. Okay, that line is called horizon. Now the next is a list of passengers and luggage. So when you have a list prepared of passengers and their luggage, what do you call that list? It's called waybill. Option number A, waybill. Okay. Wagon, you know what wagon is? Bipolar, any idea what bipolar is? Actually, bipolar is used to describe a politician. Okay. The one, a politician who acts from behind. That means who controls everything, but not appearing on the scene but behind it. Okay, maybe like with the help of another one, a dummy, that the politician will be manipulating things or else would be commanding things. So bipolar actually is a term used to describe a politician who would act from behind, not in the front. Okay, then whist is a kind of card game, a game with is for which you need cards. Okay, so it's a card game. So anyways, the list of passengers and luggage, you call it as waybill. Okay. Next is, we have to find opposite of the opposite in meaning. The words are given: brittle, callous, disheveled. Okay. Disheveled, callous, brittle, 3 words are given, and you have to find out the opposites or antonyms for these words. And you know what, if you have noticed something, like you have been attending all those exams, right? So you might have noticed that very often whenever we are asked to give or find out synonyms or antonyms, you might have noticed how most of the options given, suppose if you are asked to find out synonyms, the given options, more than 2 will be its antonym, only 1 will be synonym. Exactly same way, when you are asked to find out antonyms, most of the words given would be its synonym. So whatever be that, the first thing to solve this question, what you need to know is the meaning of the word. Otherwise you will not be able to find out synonym or antonym. Okay, so here the word is brittle. The first word is brittle. So brittle actually is something which is easily breakable. Okay, something which could be broken very easily or easily breakable. So it is fragile and weak. So 2 synonyms are given in the list. You have 4 options where 2 synonyms are given, and we need to find out the opposite. So weak is synonym, not opposite. Fragile is also synonym, not opposite. So if this is weak, what will be the opposite? Strong is the opposite word. So B option is the correct one. Okay, bright has got nothing to do with like brittle. Brittle is not bright. It's neither synonym nor antonym. Okay, so that word is completely out of the list. So brittle means weak, so its opposite will be strong. Okay. Next is callous. Callous also is a word which you might have come across in one of those model exams. See, a person who is like insensitive. Actually, insensitive is one of the options given. This is synonym, or callous means insensitive. A person who is indifferent and insensitive towards another person's suffering, you call such people as callous people. They do not have any emotions, and they are not sympathetic, and in fact they are indifferent, or they are insensitive towards the feelings or towards the problems of other people. Okay, so here callous means insensitive or indifferent, so both could be taken as synonyms for callous. So if callous is insensitive or indifferent, its opposite will be sympathetic. Okay, so callous people, opposite is sympathetic people. So that is the opposite or antonym, and that is what we have to find out. Okay, now disheveled is actually this is a word which we use in connection with a person's appearance. Like suppose if I do not keep my hair combed, and if I wear like dress which is not proper, okay, so like all not so tidy, not so clean clothes. So disheveled actually is a word used with appearance, maybe dressing style or personal hygiene. So a person who keeps himself or herself untidy, disheveled, okay. And so definitely if it is untidy, the opposite of that will be tidy, B option. So brittle, strong is the opposite, callous, sympathetic is the opposite, and disheveled, it's tidy, untidy, tidy. Okay, so B, D, B. Now we need to find out the word which expresses the meaning or synonym for flaunt and subjugate. Okay, so we need to find words which are similar. Okay, flaunt. Flaunt also is a term used to describe those people who make a show of things. They make a show off. So show off, one of the words is a synonym. What is that? Exhibit. Exhibit or show off. Okay, show off with double F, off, the one who pretends. Okay, so flaunt is to make a show of or to exhibit, and we are asked to find out the same meaning, similar in meaning or synonym. Okay, now what is subjugate? Subjugate actually is using measures with which you captivate or conquer a person. Okay, so that word conquer is given as one of the options. The exact meaning of subjugate is by means of pressure, by means of violence or forcefully you conquer a person is what you call subjugate. And what is capitulate? You surrender. When you surrender, it is capitulate, and when you conquer, it is subjugate. And you know the meaning of strike, and strike is to hit hard and confuse you, puzzled, or the meaning you know. Okay, so it's option numbers C and B. Now we have a passage where things are given all about life in general. Okay, so it's a lengthy passage, but then I guess only for the first and first question and second last question, where things in general are based on your understanding, that you need to find out the answer. Otherwise, for other questions, the options are given almost straight. Okay, so this is actually a kind of descriptive or literary passage. Okay, not factual. It's not factual, it is descriptive. Not narrative but descriptive. Okay, now based on this passage, the first question is: in spite of dismal scenario depicted in the passage, the writer talks of this epic journey of discovery. This discovery pertains to that means it is in accordance with, that means the overall idea, in short, the overall idea of this is it that whatever is being highlighted, is it longing for immortality? The central idea highlighted, is it longing for immortality? Is it yearning for utopia? Quest for excellence or search for reality? So option number D is the correct option. It's this passage speaks about search for reality. Actually, that option is not given straight in the, or this question is based on the central idea. So some of the questions will be based on the same thing. So you need to read when you are given such passages, when you are given such questions, you need to understand the passage fully. Okay. Next is the expression holographic illusions means. So what is the meaning of the expression holographic illusions? Is it sense of bewilderment or confusion, shady dealings, double dealings, self-created phantasm? Self-created phantasm also means illusion. So holographic illusions means self-created illusions or self-creation phantasm. So phantasm is actually a synonym for illusion. So that is the clue to your answer. Okay. Next is, in the context of this passage, children adjust their ideas of reality so that they. Why do children, according to this passage, why do children adjust their ideas of reality? Okay, what is the purpose? So where do we have this context, that second or third paragraph? Children usually bend their perceptions and interpretations of reality to match those who care for them. So that is your answer. So that they are in conformity with their beloved ones. So it's not the same words are used, but the meaning of that statement also is the same sentence. Okay, so not very direct, but then if you read this part well, you know that the first option is possible. Are in conformity with their conformity or in accordance with their beloved ones means the same thing mentioned here. Okay, then which of these is not true in the context of the passage? This also is based on your understanding of the passage. Unless you understand this passage, you will not be able to answer this question also. See, we have 5 questions based on the passage, where 2 questions are based on the central idea, right? So that means you need to understand the passage well. So what is not true in the passage, in the context of the passage? The first option is, we generally imitate others in everything. That is given in the first paragraph. So this is true. Okay, so this is not our answer. People are happy to take on others' roles. That also is mentioned in the passage. So that means this also is true in accordance with passage, and we have to find out whatever is not true in accordance with the passage. And then the third option is, we speak in other people's voices most of the time. That means we imitate others. That also is mentioned. So now the fourth one, people are genuine in expressing their feelings, is something which we do not, or which we did not mention in the particular passage. So that thing is not, or that is contradictory to the passage, or not true. People are genuine in expressing their feelings. People are actually not genuine. According to this passage, people are not genuine. Okay, so this is the option. Now in the context of the passage, Riley means, where is Riley, by the way? Yeah, this one. As he so wryly observed. Okay, so it's in connection with the quotation or the words spoken by the writer Oscar Wilde. So as he so wryly observed means he not repulsively or hesitatingly, but disapprovingly. So that shows his disapproval. So that shows his disagreement. Okay, so disapprovingly, wryly here means in this context means disapprovingly. All right. Now next is, we have 2 sentences on the board, and then you need to find out if any of the parts has got error or not. That means these sentences are divided into different or separate parts, and in case if any part has got error, that will be your answer. Okay. So in spite of doctor's stern or strict warning, Latika continued taking sugars in her milk. In spite of doctor's stern warning. Correct. Latika continued taking. Correct. Sugars in her milk is the wrong part. Okay. So the error is in part C. And what is the error? This word is wrong. Sugars. So sugar, there is no plural like sugars, it's wrong. See, we discussed something about countables or countable nouns and uncountables or uncountable nouns. Countables and uncountables, or countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, so sugar belongs to uncountable nouns. That means you cannot add s to make it plural. Okay, so when you or if your intention is to show the quantity of sugar, you cannot say, or else in short, what are countables and uncountables, or what are countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are those nouns which you can count in terms of number. One example is pen. This one, pen. So pen, the plural is pens. That means I can say, I can count this in terms of number. I can say one pen. I have one pen. I have two pens. That means S form is added. I have two pens. I have three pens. Or likewise, I can use any number to show the quantity or the number of pens that I have. Okay. So whatever is counted in terms of number, those are countables or countable nouns. 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, 100 apples, etc. etc. Okay. But what about sugar? Can we use the term 1 sugar, 2 sugars? No. And that's why we call it as uncountables or uncountable nouns. Like water. Of course, we can say 1 liter. Okay, that means a measuring unit, that word of unit should be used. Like for sugar also 1 kilogram of sugar, 2 kgs, 100 grams, 250 grams. So likewise a measuring unit is to be used. Otherwise I cannot say sugars like 1 sugar, 2 sugars, etc. So here sugars, the word sugars is wrong. Plural form is not made with S because it's uncountable now. Okay. So the error is in part C, and how will you correct it? Just remove that S and make it sugar, not sugars. That sentence will be correct. In spite of the doctor's stern warning, Latika continued taking sugar in her milk. Only that it will be correct. Okay. Now next sentence is myself and Roshni. I'll just rub this off. Okay. So myself and Roshni will take care of the event on Sunday. Myself and Roshni will take care of the event on Sunday. So this sentence also has got error. And where is that error located? In the first part itself, myself and Roshni. Myself and Roshni is a wrong usage. When you start the sentence with in first person, myself actually shows first person, right? So two errors are there. In the first place, when you start with that first person pronoun, that should come after the name. And second error is not myself but I is used, not myself. So the word I is to be used, and that also not here. You do not start with that I. Instead, Roshni and I. That means change it into Roshni and not myself but I. Okay. Roshni and I will take care of the event on Sunday. So two things are to be taken care of. Myself shouldn't be used but I, and that is to be given after the second person's name. Or third person's name, not second but third person's name. Okay. Roshni and I, Rajiv and I, okay, will take care of the event on Sunday. It's option number A that has got error, and here C has got error. Alright. The next is, you have to choose a word with which you can fill up these blanks. Dash the rain stopped, the concert had to be suspended. Dash, don't jump into conclusion, okay? Like you do not get confused between until and till. Till this moment. Until means slight difference is there. Until a particular period of time or point of time. Till a period of time. Okay, so here until the rain stopped, the concert had to be suspended. Or in short, the meaning of the sentence is the concert resumed after the rain has stopped. Alright, so until the rain stopped, the concert had to be, until is used, A is used, not till. Okay. Now the next is a phrasal verb is to be used. The elephants stampeded and tore dash the streets. Is it tore on, tore out, tore off, tore down? Unless you know the meaning of these phrasal verbs or phrases, you will not be able to answer it, right? So what is tore on? Tore on means when you like rippling something or ripping something. Cutting or to have a slit or cut is tore on. Okay, so that cannot be used. Tore out is to pull out something. That also cannot be used. Tore off. Tore off and tore on is almost similar in meaning. Like a piece of paper is torn off. Or a piece of cloth is torn off. Okay, so that is when you cut it into two, it's torn off. So that also is taken out of the list. So it is tore down. Tore down means you go and destroy or cause damage. So here the elephant stampeded and it went wild and it definitely tried to damage or destroy the town and the streets. So it is tore down. Tore down is the option. Okay. Next, we need to find out the word similar. Similar. That means synonym. Okay. So the words are scuttle, loquacious. Loquacious also is a word which you are familiar with, I guess. Okay, we have come across this before. Scuttle. What is scuttle, by the way? Scuttle actually is an item. It's a container. Okay, it's a container which is used to store coal, and that coal is used to lit fire. To light fire, we use coal, and in that container inside which we store coal, you call it as scuttle. And there is another term also for scuttle, and that is brazier. Okay, it's brazier, which means scuttle. Not solitary, superficial. Superficial means on the surface of something, soothing. But brazier, which means that vessel or container inside which you store coal. Okay. Next, loquacious. Loquacious is not foolishness or graceful or entertainer, but the one who talks too much. So talkative, a talkative person is called loquacious person. So it is option number D for this and option number A. So a talkative person is also called a loquacious person. Okay. So remember, this has got nothing to do with these elements. Instead, you need to find out, you need to know the meaning of the word, without which you will not be able to find out the synonym for the word. Okay. Next is find out the word opposite in meaning. Obfuscate, triumph. Okay, obfuscate and triumph. What is obfuscate? See, obfuscate is to make something vague and not so clear. To make something obscure. Obfuscate, obscure. That means to make something not so clear. Okay, not so clear, in short. So definitely opposite of that will be to clarify. Clear, unclear. So this is unclear. So that should be, opposite should be clarify. Option number D. Okay. What is haze, by the way? It's fog or mist. It's connected with atmosphere. So obfuscate here means something which is not so clear. So the opposite will be something which is clear or clarify. Okay. Triumph. Say triumph actually means, or the literal sense of the word is victory, or you get something, you secure something, you achieve something. That is triumph or victory. Okay. So here, triumph or the happiness that you get when you get victorious, when you get like some sort of achievement. So in that sense, what will be the opposite of triumph? Not to establish, not to disdain means like to make a person very low in standard. Elation is happiness. So triumph, when you get victorious, you will be elated, you will be happy. So this is not opposite. So sorrow. That means sorrow or sadness that you have because you do not get victorious. So triumph is connected with happiness or elation. So its opposite will be sorrow in that sense. See, you have to choose something from the list. So that means you have to connect it with the meaning of elation only, then you will be getting the opposite. Okay. Now find out the meaning which expresses these idioms. Chicken-hearted and red letter day. Chicken-hearted, red letter day. Okay, so from these options, so chicken-hearted, see earlier we had idioms used in sentences, so you were able to understand it from the context in which it is used, but right now it's given individually or separately, so definitely you have no idea what it really means, right? So chicken-hearted is a person who is not courageous, in fact he is timid, weak and cowardly. Okay, so a coward is called a chicken-hearted person, the one who does not have any courage at all. So not short-tempered, composed or bold is the opposite of chicken-hearted. Okay, now red letter day. So red letter day is a day of great importance or significance, an important day or a significant day. So significant day, C option. Okay. It is not starting day or day of commencement. It's not a holiday. It's not ending day, the day which marks the end of something. But it's a day which is important or significant. So it is significant day. Okay. Next, improve the bold part of the sentence. Bold part had been running. I didn't see. Okay. So in case if it requires improvement, choose the better option or else choose no improvement. Okay, let us look at the sentence first. He jumped off the train while it had been running. Okay, he jumped off. It's past tense, simple past tense. So simple past tense, so do not use had been running, but past tense was running, continuous tense. So while it was running, so that means he jumped out of the train when the train was moving or when the train was running. That is the meaning of the statement. So it should be as simple as that. He jumped off or he jumped out of the train while it means the train was running, not it had been running. Okay. Now next is, I didn't see him since we met 2 years ago. See, this is a term, a topic which we have discussed so many times. Since shows point of time. Since 2 years ago, since 5 years ago, since 1960, etc., etc. So whenever we use since or such a thing, it should be continuous term. Okay, not past, not simple past tense. So from the option, I did not see him is wrong, but I have not seen him is the correct option. So I haven't seen him since we met 2 years ago. All right. So option number C and option number B. Next is find out the one word for the given. One who is new to a profession. A person who is a beginner or new to a profession is, what do you call him? Tyro. Tyro is the word, C option. New or novice. Okay, that's the meaning of tyro. Then next is a speech or a presentation made without previous preparation. Okay, a speech or a presentation made without previous preparation. You might have participated in such competitions, right? So extempo, it's extempo. Like haven't you participated in extempo where you will be given the topic on the spot on which you have to speak, right? So that is extempore, you call it as extempore. So extempore is the exact word. What is euphemism and obituary, informing death and announcing death. Soliloquy is speaking to oneself, and euphemism is actually the terms which are used to decrease the intensity of something. One example is, there are words which otherwise if you say it very plainly straight, it would be harsh or rude. So you use a bit more softer words. One example is, when you inform the death of a person, you normally use the terms like he passed away, or he was called to eternal rest, instead of saying he died. Okay, so when you say that word, he died or she died, it would be as plain. It is a bit harsh, or it's very straight, it's very plain. Instead, we use the term euphemism are those words with which you can substitute like harsh realities, and you can use a bit more softer word. Okay, so a speech or a presentation made without previous preparation is not euphemism, or obituary is connected with death. Okay, not soliloquy, which is speaking to oneself, but extempore. Extempore is where you are given the topic on the spot and you make that speech, or you speak on it, you present the topic without any previous preparation. Okay, so that is the term to be used. All right. Okay, so next set of questions where we have 2 set of words, 4 options each, where incorrectly spelt words are to be located. Okay, not correctly spelt but incorrectly spelled. Always read the instructions first. Sometimes when you read it fast and if you get the wrong instruction, the whole thing will go wrong. So instead of that, you just read it properly. Incorrectly spelt word, that means wrong spelling is to be chosen. Okay, millionaire is the word with correct spelling. Okay, omission also has got correct spelling, so that is not our answer. Foreign, of course, correct spelling. Proprietary is with the wrong spelling. Proprietary, so that means an A is missing after T. So the it should be proprietary with proprietary with ARY. So the error is in, or the wrong spelling is option number D. Okay, proprietary means under the ownership. Now next is acquaintance. Acquaintance, wrong spelling. So we got it in the first option itself. It's a wrong spelling. It's TANCE, not ENC. Chance acquaintances or chance friendships, etc. Then abnormality, accentuate. So all these have got correct spelling. Appeasement, everything correct except the first one. So this is to be corrected. This is the answer, option number A. We need to find out the correct sequential order of these sentences. Okay, so a passage has been broken into different sentences and those sentences are given in jumbled manner. You need to find out the exact order in which these sentences are to be arranged to make it a meaningful or logically connected passage. Okay, so and the victim, so we cannot start with P. So we cannot start with P. In India, water conflicts are. But before that, do we have a better option to start with? The S option or S sentence. Water is radically altering and affecting political boundaries all over the world. That means a general statement first and then particularly about India. So that means it should start with S. So luckily enough, you have one option only which started with S. So in that sense, you do not have to waste your time searching for other options. You got your answer. It should be SQPR. Okay, SQPR, option number A is your correct answer. All right. Sometimes when you have more than one option which starts with S, that means you have to read that also. Now this also is based on rearranging the sentence to make it a meaningful passage. Okay, here also the sentences are given in jumbled way. Now for one, very few entrepreneurs, that means we cannot start with that. This invariably, so you cannot start with Q. Despite being the dominant partner in relationship, the outsourcer. The trade refers to it, so you cannot start with S. So you have to start with R. And this time also you are lucky enough to have only one option that started with R, and that is option number D. So the proper way is RPSQ. If you arrange that in RPSQ order, you will get a meaningful passage. Okay. Next is, in the given question, in the question, a sentence has been given, maybe in active or passive voice. So you need to find out the counterpart of it. If it is active voice given for the question, find out the passive voice. If it is passive voice, find out the active voice from the given options. Okay. Somebody told me that there had been a robbery in the jewelry exhibition. It's passive. So active voice. So it should be I was informed, right? I was told. I was told by somebody that there had been. You cannot change the tense also. So I was told by somebody that there had been a robbery in the jewelry exhibition. So let us see the options. I was informed that there was a robbery. Had been and was. You cannot change the tense. So this is wrong option. I was told by somebody that there had been a robbery. So this is our option. About a robbery, again no tense used. Told about a robbery in the jewelry exhibition. So these options also cannot be taken. In accordance with this tense, it should be the second option. Now in the question, direct speech is given. Rohan said, where shall I be this time next month? Direct speech is given. From the given options, find out indirect speech of the same. Remember, this shall or will, you can take it in both the way. Shall or will should be changed to would. Okay, so in that sense, Rohan contemplated where shall be, so that is not changed. This is not our option. Rohan asked that where should, that also is wrong. Rohan wondered where he should be that time. Okay, not should but would. Will or shall changes to would. So Rohan wondered where he would be that time the following. One more thing is there. Next month changes to following month. And in that sense also, only D option has got that thing, following month. So this is the correct option, option number D. Now we have the last set of questions based on a passage. Okay, so based on a passage you have these questions. The modes of, it's a passage in the sense, not that you have to find out answer from the passage. It's a passage where a few words are missing. And you need to find out those words, or you have to insert words from the given options. Okay. The modes of action are dash in science and religion. It's obvious that the modes of action are not same. Different in science and different in religion. So not similar but, or not equal, but different in science and religion. Okay, the modes of action are different in science and religion. Then science relies on experiment, and on the other hand, religion is based on experience. Okay, so science based on fact or experience, and religion is based on experience only. Okay. Any religious dash, whether it is Christ or Ramakrishna's, is personal. That means any religious, not religious experience, but religious thought shared by these two people. So option number B again. Okay. So any religious thought, okay, any religious thought, whether that thought belongs to Christ or Ramakrishna, is personal and dash, personal and subjective. Personal and subjective almost same in meaning. Okay, so personal and subjective, or something which is not questioned. Okay, And signs, on the other hand, is marked by objectivity. So this also acts as a clue to get answer for the previous blank. So where in science we have objectivity, definitely in religion we should have subjectivity. So that also acts as a clue. Okay. Now, theory has to be corroborated by dash proof. What type of proof? Is it intangible, transparent, unique, or tangible? So what is the meaning of tangible? Tangible means something which can be felt or which can be experienced, or factual. Okay, factual proof. So factual is tangible. When we speak about science or scientific theories, it's always factual, right? So that is another word, tangible. All right, not intangible, which is just the opposite. Then last blank is, the frontiers of science do not end in knowledge. So that do not end. So this is the clue to your answer. Do not end in knowledge, but are end and opposite, not implied, associated, or designated, but extended. End means to put a full stop, and the opposite of that will be extended, to continue. So always remember, when you have a passage given like this, you need to read the whole thing at least 2 times. Do not just start solving the questions very quickly, because sometimes the clue to your answer will be given maybe in the previous line or the line that follows. Okay, so in that sense you need to read the whole thing first, and only after that you start solving it. Okay, so the last option is extended. All right, so option number 46 B option, 47 B, 48 C, 49 also C, and 50 D. All right, so now if you insert these words, you will get a logically connected passage or sensible passage. Okay, so that was the session all about. We discussed all the right answers and why those answers are particularly right. So very soon we will meet, and that too with another question paper, and we will discuss the same thing, why a particular option is correct or wrong. Okay, so till then you take care of your health. Thank you.